Hi, it's Dr. Ev, your favorite nervous system-based chiropractor. In previous videos, we've discussed what it looks like when your body is stuck in alarm mode or stuck in survival mode. And we talked mostly about that sympathetic response or the fight or flight response. When we are so overwhelmed that our body feels like it cannot do anything, then we shut down, like more of that freeze response. In polyvagal theory, we see both responses and we notice how both can come into our system. So things like calm down, just try to relax, pause, slow down. All these tools that we hear very conventionally for people who are in alarm don't work for you, right? You're like, I'm too calm. I'm not doing enough. I can't move. So Dr. Stephen Porges, who developed polyvagal theory, developed this nervous system hierarchy. And really what it is dorsal vagal is the lowest level on the evolutionary ladder. So lizards freeze, bunnies freeze, small little animals have this very primitive response, which is just to freeze and shut down. And then we developed a more higher level of adaptation, which was our sympathetic response, which was mobilized, right? The difference between the dorsal vagal and the sympathetic, they're both triggered by alarm, but one is lack of movement and one has movement. There's mobilization to it. Either you're running or you're fighting, right? So sympathetic is a system of action and dorsal vagal is a system of inaction. And then at the top is a ventral vagal response or a regulated response, right? So that is where we want to be. That's when we're in control. That's when we have our prefrontal cortex online and we can actually make decisions about what we need to do or not do. So you have to move up through the ladder. So if you're someone whose go-to platform is dorsal vagal, you shut down. It's not your fault, I first want to say. This is a behavior that we usually develop these platform preferences before we're even 3 years old or somewhere between 3 and 5 years old. So it is not at all your fault which platform you have a tendency towards. But what it does mean is that you need to initiate movement. So what we do with a person who is in dorsal vagal is we just need to get some movement happening. We need to get some small mobilization happening so that you can actually get out of that freeze response. So this is what it looks like. You notice that you're in freeze. What can you do? What small thing can you do? Can you curl your toes and then relax them? Can you clench your fists and then relax them? Start, even if it's just tapping your fingers together like this. Can you squeeze your own hands, right? Wring your hands. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, right? This is actually higher up the hierarchy, closer to regulation than shutdown. So what can you do? Giving yourself proprioceptive input. Can you start to just gently sway back and forth? Can you take a deep breath in and out? Get some sort of mobilization, some sort of energy, some sort of action back into your system. Once you're in there, then you can start to, okay, oh, and you might notice that you go into full panic, but that's okay because you're moving yourself up the ladder. So panicking and actually having that more sympathetic response is actually getting you closer to a regulated response than being totally shut down. This is obviously a very brief explanation of how this works. So if this is you and you're someone that has a tendency to shut down, freeze, disassociate, then I just highly urge you to take one small movement, add one small piece of momentum into the body. Getting adjusted will really make it easier for you to access your mobilization responses in times of stress, because your body's not going to choose fight or flight if it doesn't believe in your strength and your ability and the function of your body in order to actually succeed in running away or succeed in fighting. So there's a little bit more work that you might need to do to actually gain some trust in your body, gain some agency in your body, show your body that you're strong and that you can move so that it is able to choose that response more often. I hope that that's helpful. As always, this is right up my alley as what I do as a chiropractor. And if it's something that you experience, make sure to tell me so that we can work on it together. Take care.